Forest fires in the eastern part of Canada have prompted some evacuations. Let's talk more about this with CTV's Colton Prail this morning. So Colton, how many people have been evacuated in Quebec and Labrador because of these wildfires?
Severe wildfires in Quebec, we're talking about 1,000 people. Interestingly, about 225 of them federal inmates. That's because the wildfire in Port Chartier, Quebec, it's about 500 kilometers northwest of Quebec City, actually houses a maximum security federal penitentiary, the same one that Robert Pickton was at, that Luca Magnotta was at. All of those inmates have had to be evacuated as a result of this fire, transferred to another federal secure prison. On the other side, in Labrador, we're looking at about an entire town of 500 people evacuated. In both cases, fires that are out of control but moving away from the towns themselves. The evacuation orders last until Tuesday and Wednesday, respectively. But in Labrador, there is warning that that could go much, much longer than Wednesday as a result of the weather in there that is really inhibiting the ability of firefighters to tackle these blazes, preventing water bombers from getting to the area. They're relying on fire breaches and a river in order to stop the blaze in that case.
So the fires are already burning, Colton, but obviously everyone wants to get to the bottom of how they started. Do we know at this point, was this human-made? Was this lightning striking? What do the experts say here?
Yeah, in both cases, these are natural fires. These are lightning strikes. A lot of this all comes down to just how hot it has been so far this year and how dry it's been. Last year, we saw a record wildfire season in 2023, 6,500 fires, 18 million hectares. The warning we got for this year was that it was going to be worse, and the reason for that is the heat. In the last year, we've seen record-breaking heat, 12 straight months for the first time in global history. That tracked by the EU's weather satellite Copernicus. And the result of all of this heat and the dryness and the mildness that we saw over the last winter is you get a lot of what are called zombie fires, essentially fires that smolder throughout the entire winter and then pick up in the spring and summer due to high winds, due to high temperatures, and of course due to the drought conditions. If you look at the fire severity forecast map in Canada right now, BC, the only province in the entire country, BC and Yukon, the only areas in the country that are actually at or below average ratings. Everywhere else above average severity forecasts, especially in northern Manitoba and that band of northern Manitoba through northern Ontario, Quebec, and into Labrador. That's where we're seeing really the worst of the action and expecting certainly more fires there in the time to come.
Okay, sounds like it. That is CTV's Colton Prail giving us a sort of preview there. Colton, appreciate this. Thank you.